Yes, it's a clip of this camera, my lord, that captured one of the accused making gestures to this witness while he was testifying.
Yeah, okay, we have to view it because I can't determine without seeing it whether there's a contempt of court.
That's a good place.
Yeah, okay, let's see the video. Because remember how the press should behave. You remember that order we made?
Yes.
Regarding reportage, the press, what shouldn't happen, what should happen, etc.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see whether it contravenes any of that order. Which accused is that?
It's accused number 5, my lord.
Accused number 5?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the end of the video?
Yes, it's just those gestures that have been made, my lord.
Yeah. Accused number 5, do you see yourself there?
Yes, I do, my lord.
What were you intending to convey to the witness?
Objection, my lord. My lord, the accused is represented.
Ms. Mshololo? Just sit down. I have seen the video and I am asking the accused. You will make your representation thereafter. Now you want to make representations before you have even heard me. Is that what you're saying?
As the court
Which
business.
procedure is that? Yes, sir. What were you intending to convey, or what are you conveying? If at all you're conveying anything.
I can't even remember what it is that I was talking about because the person that is being referred to, my lord, is seated here as the witness is pointing, and the prosecutor is obscuring the view. I can't even see that person.
My question is simple. What were you intending to convey, if at all? I'm not talking whether you see the witness or what. I'm looking at that clip, and I see you're making facial gestures and expressions. Just want to understand, what were you intending to convey to whoever? I never spoke about the witness.
I can't remember what it is that we're talking about because there is a lot that we are discussing, pointing to where they are seated.
Yes, Mr. Mshololo. Any submissions regarding what is happening in the clip about your client?
Thank you, my lord. I have consulted with Mr. Ntuli regarding this clip, my lord. The problem we had firstly is that there are no utterances that we could hear from the video clip.
Have you heard of sign language? It's now official. It's an official language, sign language. Right, you heard me. So?
Yes, and then when I was asking him as to what was he doing, Mr. Ntuli, my lord, denies that he was referring to the witness when he was speaking with the gesture depicted in the video clip. As you can see, my lord, that he was speaking next to number 4, who was next to him, not that he was speaking to the witness.
Okay, fine. Mr. Bandoy?
As a court, please, my lord, from the clip it can be seen that there's a gesture of a pulling of a trigger, and to me, my lord, that is very serious.
He says you are just speaking.
Yes. At this stage, my lord, we just request the court to bring it to the attention of all the accused that interfering with any witnesses might amount to contempt of court in facie curiae, and that they should desist from such conduct.
Okay.
Yes. I can refer the court to this handbook by Snyman Criminal Law, 7th edition.
Just read that for us.
At page 287.
You must interpret for the accused. Yes, Mr. Bandoy.
The court, please, my lord, says the handbook of Snyman Criminal Law, 7th edition, where the learned author discusses contempt of court, and he defines it as follows. Contempt of court consists in unlawfully and intentionally violating the dignity, repute, or authority of a judicial body or a judicial officer in its judicial capacity, and he then discusses the various forms of contempt of court, both outside and in court. And when he discusses contempt of court in facie curiae, that is inside court, he mentions the following examples: interfering with witnesses or presiding officer. He says, X commits contempt of court if he improperly influences or attempts to influence a judge, magistrate, assessor, party to a case, complainant or accused, and in this instance, witness, interpreter, or legal representative in a case, in the decision he has to make in the case, the evidence he has to give, this is our instance, or generally the way in which he has to conduct himself during the trial. The act may take the form of intimidating the person concerned, and this we submit, my lord, is on all fours with what we, the clip that we have just shown. As indicated, my lord, at this stage, we're not going to insist on a formal inquiry. We just want the court to admonish all the accused that such conduct might fall foul of the law and constitute contempt of court in facie curiae.
Fine, Mr. Rapelesi, before you, Ramasipidi, sorry, any comments as an officer of this court about the strictures of the law which Mr. Balui has read for us? Any comments?
As the court pleases, my lord, I was also made aware before we came to chambers, my lord, and upon our return, I did also speak to accused number 1 and 2 about the required conduct in court, my lord, as the court pleases.
Mr. Mnisi?
As it is the court, my lord, it is indeed so that trial should take place in an open and fair environment that is free from intimidation. However, in the context of the case, it does sometimes happen that flares temper, what do they call it now? Yes, flares temper or tempers flares. I think we should just request the accused people to refrain from doing that, because that affects the quality in which the witnesses will be giving their testimony. And vice versa, witnesses should also, if there are any witnesses, they should also be cautioned not to do or say something that would affect the emotions of the accused. Thank you very much. And I'm very grateful to the state, the manner in which it approached this matter. Thank you.
Mr. Lumano?
My lord, it was also brought to me this morning. I have also raised it with my client that they should, respect the decorum of the court. That is far I can take it. Thank you.
Mr. Cholon, you want to add?
Thank you, my lord. Just very few submissions, my lord. I also appreciate, my lord, what has been brought to the attention of this court, especially a reference to the Snyman criminal law, what is contained there regarding the behavior in which we should behave, including our clients, as well as the witnesses in this court. However, my lord, I would also like to put it on record that if the state was serious and aware of what has been brought to the attention of this court, this ought to have been brought first time when Mr. Tumelo insulted our clients, and the state did not do anything. So I appreciate what is being done now, so that the witnesses also, they will be told that they are not allowed to insult at our clients. As much as our clients also are not supposed to behave in any manner, the witnesses too should be warned for the same. And also, my lord, lastly, to say, regarding the actions when they are sitting in the witness at the box, maybe we need to get a clarity there whether they should not make any actions, something like that, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
No problem.
Thank
Let me
you.
tell you, I've got 50 years experience
Thank
in
you,
criminal law. And I'm just generally telling you this. I know all the tricks. I can tell you, I saw those gestures when the witness who did a turnabout under cross-examination by Mr.
the
Ra.
other day.
Yes, I was watching. I just kept quiet.
Thank you, my lord.
If you want to confirm this, you can ask the JP. I brought it to the attention of the JP. So I'm saying bad, please.
Thank you, my lord.
I'm not.
Those were
Not
sufficient.
this judge.
Indeed, my lord, we are indebted to the court generally, and unfortunately, my lord, for some of us, we don't have eyes at the back, so
Yeah, no,
we
I
just focused
No, I'm just
here.
saying I noticed it. I noticed it. You must know that.
As a court, please, my lord, we can also confirm that what the court has remarked now regarding the other witness, Mr. Buteles, that was also brought to our attention.
No, I saw it.
Hence, we felt that that the accused should be admonished about such conduct.
I saw it. I just kept quiet. That's why I mentioned it. Okay, Mr. Baloy, let's start.
As requested by the state, my lord, we just request that the accused be admonished and be made aware that such conduct will in future perhaps might attract
Yes. Sanctions.
the contempt of court process.
Yeah, all the accused are warned to desist. Disturbing the decorum of this court whilst witnesses are giving evidence. No gestures should be directed at the witnesses. I read the case for all the accused counsels. R versus Hepworth of 1928, which says a criminal case is not a joke. Not a joke. Serious matter. So you're warned accordingly.
The other thing, my lord, is, let's say I speak about accused number one. To me, it was always Muzi. So it would then take time for me to then comprehend, sorry, as to who Muzi Kayikulelwa is.
Mr. Baloy, what's your view?
As a court, please, my lord, I'm of the firm view that the statement is before court, that cross-examination should occur on the statement as it is. I think there will be no purpose in presenting notes that were used to prepare the statement.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Nisi, please. I rule that the statement is admissible in the sense that the author of the statement is before us,
Yes, madam.
and the author of the statement says he wasn't assisted to make that statement.
Yes, madam.
He made the notes, and they were incorporated into this statement. Right?
Yes, madam.
Of course, he says there were 2 or 3 or 5 mistakes regarding the names, not the content of the statement itself.
Yes, madam.
Okay, so you can continue.
I'm going to demonstrate, madam,
Okay,
very briefly,
okay.
that what this witness has just tried to explain in his quest to try and justify this contradiction in the statement. He's just being economical with the truth and very disingenuous with the court, madam. In the very same paragraph, this is what I'm going to say, madam, because in the very same paragraph, he said, I saw Muzi giving Gwabeni a point.
3-8.
Yes, a 38 special firearm and Nkani
Yes.
giving Gwabeni a 9mm firearm. He still doesn't say accused number 3 was involved. And further on down the line, he said Mthokoziseni Mapisa and Carlos Mthobisi Mncube walk into the room and sat on the bedroom. Were those still mistakes that he could not identify when he was reading the statement after it has been typed? And now the question is, if he saw those mistakes, why did he not go back to the typer and say, or the person that was taking the notes and say, no, here you've made a mistake. And the statement has been read to him on behalf of accused number, I'm sorry, my lord, on behalf of accused number 1 and 2, as is here. It does not even say, no, I note that there's a mistake with regard to the naming of the people in that statement. I want that to be corrected, my lord.
My lord, which is then what I said when I said that the names were not placed correctly. where a name was supposed to be placed or written, a different name would be written. According to this, it says accused number 4 and number 3 came in, but I am saying that it was accused number 4 and accused number 5.
Mr. Nisi,
Which is the reason why, my lord.
yeah, I hear you, I hear you.
Yes, my lord, thank you.
Mr. Baloyi, the notes, can we get the notes or it's just a futile exercise?
No, we haven't seen the notes, but I don't see how the notes will be of any assistance. The witness is providing an explanation for the errors. Things for counsel to take up those issues with the witness. I don't see how the notes can be of any assistance.
Just for my further understanding, you say this statement, you signed it where?
When?
Where?
Where?
Courtroom.
Centurion, my lord.
In the police station.
The police station,
It's a police headquarters.
police headquarters.
The statement was typed on the same day and you signed it on the same day.
As I was speaking, they were typing. Because I had the notes, my lord, with me, I would then be referring to that specific date.
And when they read it back to you,
They give it back to me on the same day. I read it.
and then what about the confusion of the names? Didn't you tell them that the names are being confused?
No, when I read it at home, that's why I came back and said those names were placed incorrect. Only the names that were placed incorrect.
Mr. Baloyi, your contention is that this statement should stand.
Yes, indeed, my lord, and that cross-examination should occur
Cross-examination.
on the statement.
Okay, yes, Mr. Ms. You can continue.
As it please the court, my lord.
Yeah. If you want to continue, you can continue.
With the cross-examination.
Yes, yes. The state
How
says
is it?
the statement should stand.
Yes, my
Despite
lord.
the
Yes.
mistakes which the state contends that you can elicit, and the response should be also noted.
But Mr. My colleague, my lord, is not an authority. He can't give an order and say that it's only his
represents the
view. I
state.
think it should come from the court that no, in the circumstances of what has been presented before court, then the court rules that cross-examination should then be proceeded with on the basis of this statement.
Yes. Yes. You can proceed.
As it please the court, my lord.
And then the court will have to decide, as you say.
Excuse me, madam.
And the court will have to decide
Yes.
thereafter, because the state has got the right to withdraw the statement if they want to, but the state is not in the mood to do that. They say they stand by the statement with the explanations. Okay, so proceed.
As it please the court, my lord. My attention has been drawn to the fact that apparently the client
what?
wants to see me, my lord.
Who's that?
That Mr. Mube wants to bring something to my attention.
Mr. Mube?
Yes, may I request
yeah,
an
fine,
indulgence, my lord? Thank you.
Yeah, fine.
I'm afraid, my lord, this argument has got some rippling effects because it has just been brought to my attention by accused, by Mr. Mube, that as he was sitting there and listening to what this witness was saying, is that this witness said that he wrote a statement and then it was commissioned. He never mentioned notes. And then after he wrote that statement, then it was taken for typing. And he's even requesting that if that is still in contention, then we can go to the record just to find out whether what he's telling this court through me is what this witness said.
Now, man, I listen. He wrote the notes, not under oath.
Under oath.
He wrote the notes. He was giving them to Ginanda. He wrote the notes, yeah. But, sorry, did you write the notes with your own handwriting?
My just is
Yeah,
notes. Let's say I made general lecture.
yeah, yeah.
Then I will write whatever that on that day.
With your own handwriting.
Sometimes with my handwriting, maybe I record in my mind. Then when I get home, I just keep on recording.
With your own handwriting.
Yes.
Okay, that's the evidence I heard.
Yes, I also had the note explanation, my lord, when I actually requested that we should be given the original version of the statement. That's
Okay,
what-
you know what?
Yes, my lord.
Are there any other statements or notes which you have?
I will check in my justice, I will provide a statement.
When we adjourn from here, do you go home or do you go where your safety is being secured under the protection witness?
I'm going
Scheme.
to a safe place.
Hello?
I'm going to a safe place.
Yeah.
Protection.
Are these documents at that
home.
safe place?
No, some of them are there, but
And
some
others?
of them are there, not there. Are at home.
Where is home? Natal, KZN.
Some are at KZN, some are here in Gauteng.
At KZN, who is there? Your
My justice.
father? Your father? Is your father there or your mother? Your sister? At KZN?
There's people abasebenza ekhaya because I moved my family due to their safety.
Or unless you go,
Yes, I'll get some.
when you will return? Mawuhamba. Will you be
I
back?
don't know the financial complication.
The what?
Mali Ndoni.
He said
Unless
not
the state
financial
provide.
complication, and then the state provides.
So you don't mind being driven down?
Awunandaba ukuthi bangakuhambisa bakusi.
Yeah,
You don't mind?
I don't mind.
Will you be having security driving you down? Mr. Baloyi? I fear for this gentleman's life.
Yes.
Because we've got evidence here that there was an attempt to murder him. You see, people keep on saying to kill him. The difference between killing and murdering. So, does he have sufficient protection to be
Indeed.
driven down? Because there are people here in court.
Yes.
I don't know. You are listening?
Yes.
I don't know. No, but we must be realistic in this
Indeed.
case.
In fact, today security has even been enhanced.
The what?
The security around him has been enhanced as a result of the incident that we showed this morning.
Yeah, like you see, there were the threats.
Yes.
When I saw those things.
So he's
So there's a real possibility that the safety of this witness is being compromised. Magaphuma la, and it goes not to a safe house, it goes to their home. Because there are cell phones, can be phoned, that, oh, he's coming home. Are you with me?
yes, indeed.
These are practical things.
Yes, indeed.
Practical things. Serious. So where are these security guys so that we see? Are they in court? Outside?
I think they're outside.
Can you make arrangements
I'm sure arrangements can be made, Manot.
so that this witness must be given the opportunity to go home, to retrieve all those notes, and he must also go to the safe house on Monday. Is it possible on Monday we'll have those documentation?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm sure arrangements can be made.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Nisi will postpone this case, and we hope this witness will still be alive on Monday. How much is it?
I will pray.
Yeah?
I will pray.
You'll pray.
I'm not well. There are car accidents as well, my lord.
No?
I will not put my head on the block for that.
Yeah, you're right. Haven't you had a guy being murdered by a moving car? I'm sure.
Madam,
Yes, then it becomes an accident. But the latter will be dead.
I always knew those as reckless
What?
and negligent driving, my lord. It could
What?
be a bus that will be heading to Zimbabwe that veers off
Yeah,
the
it's
roads and
possible,
then
you're
hits
right.
him and then
Okay.
he's gone. As it please the court.
But you know what, in the meantime, all counsels, I want you to address me on the admissibility of this statement, having regards to the fact that it is being added to by the evidence, the viva voce evidence of this witness. Can you prepare an argument, all of you? I'm going to prepare one.
Let us get the directive properly, my lord. The court is asking us to...
The legality, the lawfulness of the additional statements he makes in court to be taken and incorporated into his statement. And the mistakes he explains in his statement. I'm aware of the case of State versus Mafaladi, so State
Yes,
versus Govenda,
Yes.
etc., etc. But I'm just saying, I want you to address me on that exigence on Monday, if you're able to. If you're not, Tuesday or Wednesday.
As it please the court, my lord.
Mr. Baloyi?
Thank you. Please, Mr.
Okay, it's fine. Let me adjourn. On that note, Monday.